Welcome
to the.
We can't do that. Episode 1 of the Best Acquaintances podcast. Miles, say acquaintances.
Acquaintances.
Oh, he said it right. He was struggling the day when we talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
Poor guy.
This is
I've been practicing.
Miles, Jack, and I'm Casey,
Yes.
and we're the acquaintances.
Don't look at you.
The
Got
best
I
acquaintance.
keep checking Chris over there. He's over there just hanging
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Chris, make sure we're in focus. Okay, thanks,
That's
man.
good.
This is it, episode 1.
Yes.
All right.
I don't know why I feel like I gotta get right on it. I can just stay back. Well, now I can't because Chris, can he see me?
No.
Okay,
No.
thanks. Well, did anybody do what Jack said about type up outline?
Nope.
No, I thought we was going with his outline.
Yeah, but then he said, "Why does it?"
No, I
he's-
just had an intro outline. I didn't have like an outline for the entire thing.
Let's postpone.
Well, he said. He
We'll
said,
see you next
"Let's
week."
try this again." We've already tried this whole thing once. Jack said for us to introduce ourselves.
All right. I'm Miles.
Well, I've already told everybody who we are. I just did that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is Miles.
Jump the gun.
I'm Casey,
I'm Jackson.
and we're gonna share episode 1. We're gonna share with you how we met, pretty much.
Yes. Do you want to tell them about what this podcast is? Why we picked this name?
Jack, wait, Jack or you? One of y'all picked it.
I can't
I
remember
didn't
at this
pick it.
point.
It was Miles.
That was me.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we were discussing about starting a podcast because it's fun. Me and Casey have one
Yeah.
already.
I enjoy it.
It's pretty fun. And we was like, oh, we're gonna get together and just kind of do like a limited. It's only gonna be like 6 episodes, type of podcast.
That was really how we thought we'd get Jack to say yes.
Yeah.
Because Jack doesn't do long-term commitments, so we
I
said.
don't.
So we said 6 episodes. That's it.
Yep.
Shockingly, Jack's here and he said yes. This is twice he showed up now.
Yeah. We did one first take and it didn't go. I mean, it went kind of well.
It was very.
just-
I thought it was funny. We just
It
said.
was very funny.
It was a lot of. It was.
we
funny,
said
but there'd be a lot
everybody's
of
like
bleeps.
full name, their address. So we had
Social
to,
security number.
yeah, we had to
everything.
stop and decide. Let's only say first names. So everybody remember that rule. Only first names.
I don't even know if we need to change. I think we should change the name.
Okay.
So
Just make it rhyme with.
we know who we're talking about.
Oh.
So we'll talk. We'll just say something. Anyways, we decided to
I was
have a
gonna say their first
podcast,
name.
and we decided to. We were trying to think of a name on the podcast. We didn't know what we was going to talk about. We just wanted to go with the name first, and we had some names, kind of fooling around. And then one was the Best Acquaintances podcast, and the reason why we picked that is because, during our mid-teens to, early 20s, I think that was about right.
Yeah.
We were like best friends, hanging out almost every day. We had a studio that we'd go try to play music in, just record and just have fun every single day. Just about
Dolphin Studio.
Dolphin Studio.
Dolphin Studio.
And like a lot of friends that were, during those times, they kind of life happened and, just kind of drifted away a little bit. And Casey and I would talk, and then Jack and I would talk, and then Jack and Casey would talk, and just not as a collective together as it used to be. And so it was like, we're kind of just best acquaintances right now, and we want to bring back the best friend.
We're trying to be friends again. Maybe by episode
Rekindling.
7, this will be the best friend. Now,
Yeah,
we done
we
branded
know.
everything acquaintances. Sorry. So let's take it all the way back to Happy
Can we have
Valley.
like a
Yeah.
little effect.
Happy Valley Baptist Church. Circa 2007? 8?
7, 8.
This was
somewhere
before
there.
y'all knew me.
We're in a youth group.
Yeah.
Take
we
it
were in a
away.
youth group. We were in like.
Mike's pointing at me. He's not even.
Yeah.
2 mics on,
let's-
Casey.
Let's just. All right.
You
all right,
can
I'm gonna-
you can move.
Can I move it?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
just?
you can
Yeah,
do
yeah.
whatever you want.
Can I?
I bumped
Can I
mine
do
about 10.
this?
Yeah, get
Yeah,
comfortable.
oh yeah, look, we're good.
Okay.
Chris,
all
that
right.
good? All right, thanks,
No,
man.
we're good.
All right, thank you, Chris. We appreciate you. So, basically, to sum it up, there were 2 praise bands, Wednesday night, youth group, yada, yada, yada. Casey was the only drummer in the church, so he had to do drumming for both of them. I played bass on the B band. I was not good enough for A, so
Wait, but A band was already established, right? And then
Yeah.
did somebody say? Well, I think Dustin said, didn't he want to start a band? And so then
kinda.
the youth pastors were like,
something.
"Oh, we can have 2."
We can have 2. Here, you can have that other kid that wears black all the time in your band.
That
you
was
know.
Jack.
That was me. So
We don't know his name. We're kind of scared of him.
that was essentially that's how everybody felt about me. So anyways, ended up, joining that, playing. Met Casey like once a week and just I didn't like Casey. I thought he was a total so I think that's like the first impression.
I
As
think
you
you got
see.
it spot on.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean
kidding.
that's about it. That's about it.
Well, I
And then
played
you get
drums.
to know 'em.
I was already playing drums. Wasn't I playing drums in y'all's band?
Okay, like if we had to play 2 Wednesdays a month, you played 1 Wednesday every other month.
Oh, okay, yeah. Y'all played weird songs, I feel like, compared to...
Yeah, I think we tried covering Under Oath one time,
on a Wednesday night with a bunch of, like, 6
and they were
through
like,
12...
"Jack, you can just scream," and I'm like 15 and in puberty. I'm just like, "No, I can't." Like it was horrible. So
And this was back, like, somehow youth groups... Ours was, like, 80 to 100 people on a Wednesday night.
yeah,
You remember
it was,
that?
Yeah, it was insane.
Like, most youth groups now have, like, 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
These were, like, 80 to 100 kids coming.
I mean, about 50 of them were there just solely to skateboard.
Yeah. And then you'd
And-
see Rusty and Donna run out there. Y'all come in. Y'all come in.
Yeah. Y'all come in. Y'all put them cigarettes down. Y'all come in. Come on. Like so.
Oh man,
So
good times.
yeah, but so yeah,
That
it
was
was
a
it
thing.
was a good time though. Like it was fun, and then eventually the praise bands kind of merged. By
I wouldn't-
merged, I mean like literally me and Casey, the rest of the B
I
band.
would say B band just disappeared. I wouldn't say merged. Jack just kind of came to the
yeah,
A team
basically I just came to A team. So
because we were looking. We didn't have a bass player. I don't feel like.
no,
And so, if I'm correct, it was me drums, you bass, Jordan guitar, Rachel keyboard. Is that all we had?
yeah,
So that's
At that beginning.
yeah. At the very when we were New Creation.
yeah.
Well, this is before we were New Creation. We were just a praise band. And then I feel like Jordan's parents were like, "Hey, y'all can create a band and play music places."
Yeah, because essentially we started getting asked. Like
Yeah.
we were the only praise band, so it was like, "Hey, can y'all come play at
Oh,
our
yeah.
youth thing?" And then it was like, "Well, wait a minute, there is money to be made here."
There
so
is. And so people would give donations. So we became New Creation, which led then to Lesser Light.
Lesser Light was the biggest part of it.
Y'all remember that?
I don't want to do it.
Oh, wow. I thought Miles is the one
be
who
careful, you'll accidentally make a swastika sometimes. So-
Miles is the one who recently said that, man, if we could probably do really good music now if we had everybody came back together. And
Just
he
think about
don't
it.
want to throw up the LL signs. He's the one that secretly wishes Lesser Light was still a thing under a new name. But why Lesser? We could have picked such a cooler name.
We didn't.
We did.
So-
Genesis 1:16. The moon will cover the sun, and or whatever it was. You
I
remember?
don't know it.
It
I don't
was
think that. I don't
something.
think it's like anything like that.
Yes, it was definitely
I
that.
think it was. I can't remember.
It was a
Yeah,
Bible
we know
verse
you
in
don't know
Genesis.
that.
no, I definitely don't
Jack,
know it.
Jack was in the band because Jason made him.
No,
Made him
it
the
was
band.
okay. Yeah, basically. So no, it was.
Jason's
The
Jack's
sun
dad.
is like the major light or whatever, but then the moon
Greater.
is
reflects.
reflects the
And so,
sun.
just like we should reflect the S-O-N, he would always spell it. Remember?
like so as the moon reflects the S.
S-U-N, we should always reflect the S-O-N. I mean, it's clever, but Miles wasn't
worked.
there for all.
It
It's
worked.
clever the first time you hear it, but when you hear it like
Yeah.
twice a week,
Praise him.
People would yell, "Lesser Light." You know, it's cool. We'll get into some of the stuff we did in a minute. We got to first get everybody in the store. Miles is
Yeah.
still kind of out of the picture
Miles
right
is
now.
there, yeah.
So that continued on for a little bit, and then
So we quit pretty much being the church praise band, and because we were playing a lot of different churches, and so we didn't practice for Wednesdays. And I feel like as we were getting older, like I was getting to junior, senior year, maybe there was more kids coming up that wanted to be in the band, so we kind of quit being the praise band. I feel like,
yeah,
and so then we focused on just playing where we were invited to, like playing shows and stuff. And we moved our practices from the church to the basement of Jordan's house. And this is where Miles will get into the
Mhm.
picture. We had, and at that point, Rachel had left. It was Jack, me, Jordan, and another guy named AJ.
Yep.
By the way,
Good times.
did you know that he lives one street over from my parents, which is like right down the street? I'll see him run. He jogs now, and so he comes all the way down my street, and I'll just see him. I haven't had the guts to say hey yet. Like I was on my front porch and I saw him jogging. I didn't want to say hey yet, but I'm going to.
Do it.
he took me jogging one time when I was like 16. It was horrible.
Did y'all jog?
He jogged. I sat there out of breath, 110 pounds
With a beanie on.
with a beanie on. Yeah,
Yes, Jack.
beanie on, trying to jog in Converse. Like
In the middle of summer, have a
Yeah.
beanie on.
Oh shoot.
I did it too.
So we're in the basement. All right, and so this is where it got to the point where somehow a vote was made for AJ to be out of the band.
No, that was after. No, that was after me.
I'm gonna brighten the camera real quick. Y'all keep going with the story.
That was after I was in the band.
Yeah. Yeah. Miles was already there.
Remember we did the May 1st show.
you played with AJ.
Yeah. So, anyways, you want me to tell the story about me getting into the band?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Well, we met in marching band.
yes.
Start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Casey,
you can start there.
I don't know Jack until probably like
The car ride.
We'll get to that in a second. But Casey and I met through marching band. We were nerds, but we were cool at the same time.
Yeah, cool.
because
band
we were
nerds.
on the drum line. Anyways, I was in my own band that wasn't a Christian band.
And you knew Jordan because Jordan was on the marching
Yeah,
band.
I knew Jordan because he was on the marching band too. I was in another band, and you know, we never played shows or anything. We just tried to practice and, you know, try to write songs, stuff like that. So anyways, this redheaded kid comes up to me, and this is Casey, saying, "Hey, I still don't know Casey exactly, you know, too much.
We kind of knew each other.
Yeah, we were right next to each other, but we didn't really talk or hang out or anything." Casey said, "Hey, my band's better than your band." He knew I was in the band too. He said, "My band's better than your band." And it's just like a back and forth.
I mean, we were. You said your band wouldn't play no shows. We were playing shows.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Like multiple shows.
But I wasn't like a. I
And
didn't.
we had recorded
We
Oh,
recorded an album,
oh, goodness,
an
please
EP.
an EP.
But, anyways, Casey said, "My band's better than your band." Anyways, after he said that, it was kind of like this competition back and forth between me and Casey, where we just basically say to each other, "My band's better than your band." And eventually, he said, "Look, just come over to one of our practices, and you can see that our band is better than your band."
And he came. He
And-
brought Trey, and y'all came.
Yes, and I didn't bring a guitar at this point. I just came. I was like, I started looking around. I was like, you know, they actually got it together. You know, they're actually making some songs and playing,
They
and
have guitars
So
hanging
they-
on the wall.
We did, didn't we?
and a pool table.
And a pole.
Did we
table.
have? We had the fancy sound equipment down there at that time
Yes.
too.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that was like, I was like, man, this is like a real thing.
So you were
going
thinking
on.
that my band was better than your band at this point.
I was like, oh my gosh, Casey's right. His band is better than my
We
band.
had a kitchen we practiced in. We had a game room. We had it lit. As
Everything.
teenagers, we had it made.
Had a bathroom.
A
Bathroom, yes. There was a hallway, I think, there too.
yeah, long.
There was a closet.
A
You got
laundry
yelled
room?
at if you opened it.
Yes.
Oh,
And
that's
so-
true. I forgot about that.
Anyways, so I started coming around, and then one time they said, you know, bring your guitar next time. I think it was like 2 times after that or something like that. And brought my guitar. I started playing, you know, some songs with them, and we never played a show at that point. But eventually, I just kind of got into the band, and that first week of playing shows, we played
Whoa,
like
whoa!
4.
You didn't just get into it. There was a vote.
There was a vote.
There
It
was
was
a vote.
weird.
In my
because-
my mind, I was like, oh yes,
Miles
I'm
wasn't in
this
the band. You gotta understand, Miles was a little Catholic boy, and we were all Baptist. And so a lot
If
of
there's one thing a Baptist hates more than a Methodist, it's a Catholic.
and so some parents had to vote on should we let him in because he's not a Christian, and this was a Christian band.
I remember that conversation. It
Yeah.
was like, look, I'm just saying, if we all die, he's going to hell. Like that's.
Luckily, they let him in because I would say that's part of how he formed his faith now.
Yeah, yeah.
But so
Which
I mean,
is a strong Baptist man.
and so they were thinking like,
Not Baptist.
man, he's Catholic. How's he gonna be in a Christian band if he's Catholic? But they let him in.
Yeah. So
They didn't
I
even
was
let us pretty much vote. We're all like, yeah, let him. He can play
yeah,
guitar.
we were all cool.
And
He
then-
was nice.
Yeah,
in.
but
Yeah. And then after that, I mean, we played shows, and I had a great time.
man,
So we
I
need to
loved
roll
it.
it back a little bit
Yeah, go ahead.
to me and you meeting though.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Okay, so the issue is this: I didn't have a car. I bummed rides until I was like 18.
this is
Or-
true.
Yeah, or
Mhm.
really I was 19 because I got my first job, saved up, bought a car, and driving since. Anyways, I had to bum rides, and Casey was always my ride. At this point, me and Casey had kind of became friends. I liked Casey. Casey, you know, he tolerated me.
Yeah,
So, anyways, Casey was just like, Miles, give Jack a ride. And
This was
man,
like the first or second.
after practice.
this was the first time you came by yourself.
Okay, yeah.
So
With my, I didn't even have my guitar at the point. Yeah.
you didn't. You just came to hang out.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Casey's just like, oh, let's give Jack a ride, and Casey bails. So, so me and Miles are left just kind of sitting there. And I'm just like, all right, well, I don't know him. Like, me and Miles have not spoken one word to each other. So Miles is like, all right, well, you can just,
Hop in.
this is my truck. So,
Yeah.
so I get in and we drive and go like, in all actuality, it's probably a 3-minute drive down the road. But it
your
felt
house,
like an hour. Because we just sat in complete silence, like no radio on, no conversation. Literally just like I stared at his dash the entire ride back to the house.
Oh yeah.
And then I got out and I was like, thanks.
No, I think they probably was a little bit. It wasn't probably that awkward. It was probably a little bit of music. It's probably like, hey man, you like Switchfoot? Casey just showed me this album, and that was when Hello Hurricane came out.
I was just like, I hate Switchfoot.
Got to get Skillet. I'm just kidding.
Was that wasn't
So-
when Hello Hurricane came out, was it?
Yeah. That's,
No.
I
Yes.
thought we were all pretty close by
No,
then.
We were all pretty close by the time Hello
Because
Hurricane
there's a
came out.
point where I would ride to Miles' house, get in his truck, we go pick Jack up. Jack would sit in the middle. We'd sit 3 wide in the front of your truck, even though there's a back seat. And we would listen to Hello Hurricane just sitting 3 wide in the front of your truck.
We, remember, that's how, when we were going to soccer, oh yeah, we played soccer together a little bit too. And we used to listen to it then.
Oh, maybe so. Y'all remember we just sit 3 wide in his truck?
Yeah, that was a great time. And we did in your truck too.
Yeah, we would. Jack didn't
And
have
we'd
No,
one.
sit
Jack
3
didn't
wide
have
on my
We'd go to
twin
Jack's.
bed.
We'd probably show up to Jack's house probably about 40 minutes before practice and just get on chat roulette
Yeah.
or whatever. Jack would be in there making beats on
Fruity Loops.
Fruity Loops.
Yeah. We'll be. Oh, this is going to transition to where in like another podcast about another band.
Box of Jeans?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about the beginning part of that, and then we'll talk.
Yeah. And a lot of it started from just us hanging out.
Yeah.
It started, but we can keep.
We all 3 would hang out all the time and got real close.
So we started becoming friends. We started hanging out, and Lesser Light was a band.
Yeah.
We around
went
this area.
we went to Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We played in Langdale Auditorium.
Langdale
I loved
Auditorium.
that.
We
Big
played.
deal.
It was a big deal for this area.
You don't drive by and think, I sold that place out.
Dude, shut up. You didn't even. The other day we were like, yeah, remember May 1st? And you were like, what day was that?
Hey, did you bring the shirt?
Oh no.
We sold that shirt to profit that show. Man, what's some other stuff we I feel like, man, we played Turnaround
Wristbands.
all the time.
Oh yeah.
Sold wristbands. Trying to think some places. Feel like we played a lot.
We
Puerto
did.
Rico was fun. We got to play with like kids that were in prison. So I guess they were on good behavior and they let them come to the bowling alley
Kid
with us.
prison is a juvenile facility,
A
not
juvenile
actual
facility.
prison
Yeah.
for children.
And so they got to come bowl with us, and then that was actually a fun trip.
Yeah.
Didn't
It's
know
fun.
enough Spanish. So we did that. Flown on a plane for the first time.
All of us.
Yeah. Who'd you sit next to? Chuck?
Jordan.
Oh.
Chuck sat next to the Huffmans. Or, I don't matter.
I sat next to Miles.
Say it again.
I sat next to
Oh
you
yeah.
on the airplane.
No, you sat next to Jordan. I thought.
That's what I said. I sat next to
Oh,
Jordan.
I wasn't paying
Oh.
attention.
So where are we at in the story before we paused? For y'all, we paused for like 8 minutes. For y'all, it was like
Yeah.
no time. So we've all met. We're all friends. We're playing shows. Trying to think.
I think what it is we kind of built up to one big show, and to me that was May 1st.
Oh yeah. After that, everything after that kind of was.
Yeah.
So we tried
It
to
was
play
a
at
nose
Valley
dive.
Baptist. Y'all remember that for Hike Bike Run?
Yeah.
Nobody showed up. That's basically trying to be a May 1st.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
that's what I
Everything
said.
built up to.
And then we tried to do the big show at Happy Valley.
Oh,
I
the-
ruined it.
The lock in.
Do you want me to tell you how? Do you want me to tell how I ruined it?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, so basically the head over all the certain kind of churches in the area. Going to be kind of vague with like who it is. So, anyways, we were
No,
slated to
not
play
all,
a show.
all the Baptist churches.
Yeah,
So it's
okay,
already
yeah.
10 times worse.
Okay, yeah, all the Baptist churches. So, anyways, we were going to play a show with another local artist from LaGrange. And the guy decided, like, okay, I'm going to check out these guys, Facebook, MySpace, all that. So, he starts going through, and he finds two problems, and the problems are the guy from LaGrange and me. So, dude from
Always
LaGrange
Jack.
was it's always Jack. It was pretty minor. He just he had a lot of secular music posted on his page,
That's rough.
which was
Him or you?
him.
Oh.
I'm sure I did too, but that was the least of his worries with mine. So with mine, he looked and he called the pastor of my church, and this message was later reiterated to my father, but he basically said that it was what he saw on my MySpace was the most vile and disgusting, vulgar thing he has ever read.
And it was just like a quote
a-
from a movie, right, or something.
Tosh.0.
Yeah, Tosh.
Oh.
That's
Tosh.0.
what it-
You,
So
The quote,
and nothing he says
I
is,
don't.
yeah, but the quote was,
kids, cover your ears if you're listening right now.
yes, this is a PG-13 moment. So, the quote was, "Out here tongue punching your mom's fart box," and
End quote.
end quote.
And Jack's what, 17 years old?
And tongue punching fart boxes apparently. So,
So what happens when you quote
so that
something vile and disgraceful?
yeah, you're right. So I deleted it and immediately posted a Bible verse to show my
Oh yes.
Loyalty.
show my loyalties to the church and to the Baptist church at that. So, but yeah, it was a good time.
We still played the show, didn't we? Was that
Later on,
lock-in?
I think it was later on. It was
we
Recharge?
played one later on. It was like a little lock in. It was cool. It was
That was like 2013. Just like when we did the first take of this, it was like the next day I had a memory on my phone as your dad posted. It's like, let's light warming up. And it was at that
Yeah,
event.
Yeah.
I remember that. The we were like 17, 18, and this is like towards the end when we were like 16 and 17 when everything was getting really kind of big for us, and this started going downhill, I guess.
Yeah.
With playing shows and getting real hyped about what we were doing.
Well, it's kind of hard too because you're playing like. Oh, watch out for drink. Oh, I'll sit by my chair. Well, it's kind of hard too because like.
Chris is not doing his job over here.
Come on,
Back on.
back on.
Welcome
Well, again.
again. So, anyways, no. What I was gonna say was just like, it started to nosedive because it kind of hits a point where it's like you're playing the same circuit over and over again. It was
Yeah.
like, all right, it's Friday, we're gonna go play at the skating rink. All right, it's Saturday, we're gonna go play at church.
Unknown. Yeah.
Yeah, which even then, like the churches, it kind of became the same thing. Like, oh, y'all want to come out and play for our youth group? And it's like, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
But then it kind of hits a point where you're just playing the exact same places over and over again, playing the exact same songs
Over and over and over again.
over and over again.
Yeah.
May 1st. That was kind of like the kind of like a fundraiser, I guess, to go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
We already talked a little bit about Puerto Rico, but that was basically
we glazed over it. It was like a light mission trip,
light.
but
very
also we
light.
were going to meet with a record producer about getting signed.
Well, we were already signed to our productions thing,
Yeah,
and he was
small. It was a small productions thing.
we were assigned quote unquote band.
Signed.
Or
Yes.
signed is quote unquote, not the band.
Yeah,
I remember being so excited about that
I was too.
we were
I was
signed.
like,
I knew it was bullcrap.
Yeah.
Like
You didn't think it was real?
no.
well,
I thought
Casey
it
and
was.
I, we were so young and naive. You were already grown. You were walking everywhere, seeing different things. And Casey, I was just driving.
I already
by,
had a full
driving
beard
by.
by
Already
that
had-
point.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did have a full beard. You seen things, heard things.
So I'm
Walking
working
the
hard over here
streets.
trying to get our songs.
Walking the
Spent
streets.
a lot of time on the streets.
Anyways,
I mean, look, I was excited. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I wasn't, but I mean, like, clearly,
it's too good to be
come
true, kind of
on.
stuff.
I mean, like, really, there's up under our entire nose this entire time. There's been a dude in Valley that runs a record company out of Puerto Rico with a friend up there.
Yeah, that we didn't know.
Wait a
about
minute. We
already.
went
Yeah.
to Puerto Rico. There was a friend up there.
There was.
No, there was, but he seemed visibly confused at every question I was asked. Like, so, like, we would get like a signing bonus. No. You know, like,
No.
No.
Oh shoot!
What
I had fun though.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
fun. Being
It was
in a band
fun.
was fun. You can't say it wasn't fun.
No,
though.
it was the
One of
funnest time
the
ever.
funnest was the chicken coop, and we filmed the Kichi Cobra video.
That one.
You weren't
That's
there.
not the same. That's not the
It's
same
not the
timeline.
same.
Oh, okay, we went the next year.
They just
It
all
was
wrote
the
this response
same
together.
It was the same group in retreat, but the next year.
But I remember the
Yeah,
second year
Miles.
wasn't
Oh,
as
what?
fun as the first year. I don't feel like. Probably because Miles was.
I was about to say, because Miles was there.
No, I feel like something about the
Right.
chicken coop was so much fun. Like playing in an actual chicken coop out in the freezing cold.
No, that doesn't sound fun.
Oh, you didn't think that was fun? The
It
next
was
year,
fun. I
next
thought
year
it
we
was
played
fun.
in the hangar. That was fun.
That was fun.
We played right here in downtown West Point.
Yes. Everywhere.
Remember
We
So-
toured everywhere throughout the valley.
one of our songs we had
Throughout the valley.
one of our songs we had a featured artist on there, a rapper. He'd rap in the song.
Yep, that happened.
That's
Yeah.
Sleep in the Night, right? And he'd come out and rap.
Yep.
Man, great times. We were so good at
Oh, we're making it way bigger than it actually was.
Yeah, it was very small.
We're not making it big enough. It was an incredible time. Yeah, I just want to start that band. I'll FaceTime him right now.
I think okay. So, would you encourage? I guess we'll try to make this a little bit productive. I guess. Would you make, or your kids? Y'all two have kids
Yeah.
now. Would you tell them, kind of really encourage them to start a band and to be in a band?
I don't know. Look at JoJo Siwa. She's crushing it.
You hear that?
It's that guy driving by.
Seagulls.
I thought it was a bunch of geese.
That too.
JoJo Siwa's crushing it.
Okay, so wait, would we make our children?
Make?
Yeah,
He's
what-
having flash. My parents didn't make me. Jason made him. He's
Yeah.
having flashback. Jack,
I am
Jack,
getting mad right
Jack,
now.
you're gonna be in that band. Daddy, I just want to quit. No.
Dude, I got told I was the weakest link.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
were
forgot
you?
about that. Wait,
Probably.
who said that to you?
One,
Forgot about that.
it was right before recording, and it was like, look, you're just good. You gotta up your bass game because right now you are the weakest link. And like, and
He
it was,
might-
and I was getting a ride to my place, so like I couldn't leave, I couldn't walk away. I just had to sit there and be like, I'm sorry, you know, like,
Oh man.
Oh, God. So back to the question.
yeah.
Your kids, are
What
they?
about 'em?
You gonna tell them? Not tell them, but like, hey, you should really start a band. It's so much fun. Let me tell you about Lesser Light.
Look, okay. If I say that, I'm not gonna say, let me tell you about Lesser Light. Or
Yeah.
say, let me tell you about Box of Jeans.
Ooh, transition to the
And-
next.
Dude, Box
Yeah.
of Jeans was a good one.
Yeah, I'm like, and you know, if that's what she wants to do, hey, I'm game. She can do whatever she wants, as long as it's not drugs or prostitution. You know,
Yes.
like those are my rules.
You
So
gotta
I
have some
said,
rules.
Like just a few, you know, keep them grounded.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, but you know what? Like, okay, if the stars aligned and y'all's children ended up playing musical instruments and just happened to be like guitar, drums, I would totally be like, hey, I got you a bass guitar. You know, you know what's really fun? Playing with other people.
Yeah.
I know 2 other kids.
How many
And
kids
she'll
do
be
you know?
like, how many? Yeah, exactly. How many kids do you know, Dad? So, you know, and basically, and if that's the case, I think what we have to do is instead of like let them meet up and like
We lock
with
them in
us-
a room.
Yeah, no, we just kind of drop them all off in a central location with their instruments and just be like, hey, you know those kids, and they'll be like,
I hate them kids.
Just bring them. Just bring them to.
Exactly.
Bring them to Jack's basement. We started in a basement.
Church.
Put them in a
They go to
basement.
church. and-
Yeah. Those would be the best friends you've ever had. I promise.
I'm gonna go get something on the way home to eat.
Hey, before I came.
No, I'm
You-
saying that.
no.
I'm telling the people what I'm about to go do. What are y'all about to go do?
I was gonna go with you and Jack to Waffle House.
Jack, Bracey's already said take your time. Don't make me message her on Facebook. Can Jack come to eat with us for 30 minutes? That's what I'm gonna ask her.
That's all you need.
We haven't done it for. I'm about to do it right
Come
now.
on.
Come on. What?
It ain't gonna take 2 seconds.
I ain't got Waffle House money.
We did.
I got it.
We did. Oh, Miles, he spoke up first. I'm about to message Bracey right now.
Change in there.
Can Jack come eat
Man, don't message
Waffle
Bracey.
House with us for 30
Case.
What I've
minutes?
realized,
No.
you know,
Please.
this was such an easy decision back a long time ago. Now we have to ask our wives. I'm
Um,
okay with it.
I just
but-
sent it, Jack.
I mean, I'm fine. No, you. Oh.
I said please. Oh, she's messaging real fast back. Of course.
Did she say that?
She said. I said, thank you.
I said, Casey just messaged you. Ignore it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jack's coming to Waffle House. Recorded episode 2 in about 30 minutes. See that? All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.